Hello and welcome to another episode of the Cantina of Comics.
Today we're not going to bake an apple pie, we're going to mix an apple pie.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about a long-awaited comic, The High Republic. That's all coming up. Welcome to the Cantina of Comics. I'm Matt.
And I'm Kristi.
And we're going to make something really delicious. It sounds like a dessert, but it's not a dessert. What is it?
It is the Ackbar apple pie.
It's a trap! It's no trap. It is an apple pie. So this is something that's going to taste a lot like an apple pie.
I mean, I haven't tried it yet, so I guess we'll try it.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
So what do we need to make this Ackbar apple pie?
So we're going to do 1 cup of apple cider.
Okay. Into the shaker it goes.
And then our friend, who we got the recipe from, she says that it calls for an ounce of each of the liqueurs, but she recommends more.
The directions say one thing, the recommendations say another.
1.5 ounces of Rumchata, and I'm going to do a little bit more.
Okay. It's
By
like the equivalent
from
of throwing
our
in a
friend,
pinch.
you know.
Throwing in a pinch.
We must do what our friends tell us to do.
Well, you know, if they've already done this then.
This is Kissed Caramel Vodka. This is our
Ooh.
first time trying a caramel vodka.
Okay, so
I think this would be yummy in a cup of coffee.
that it would.
2 ounces.
So 2 ounces of the caramel vodka.
Yeah.
So this is just basically a 3-ingredient recipe.
Yeah.
You've got the apple juice, you've got the Rumchata.
We did decorate our glasses a little.
And what did we
with
do to
some-
decorate those?
We did caramel sauce and sugar. So I dipped it in a warmed caramel sauce and then sugar.
Nice.
And some people say you could dip it in like a sugar and cinnamon mix. But I
Ooh.
know that you don't love cinnamon, so I
You know what? But on an apple pie, it just seems like that would fit.
Maybe. I just
Okay.
wanted it.
So we just did caramel and sugar.
Yes.
Okay.
And I
now
just shake it a little.
Shake
and
it.
Here we go.
Oh my goodness. So is this the part where we put the scoop of ice cream on top of it
that would be
for the
good,
apple
huh?
pie?
Here.
Oh, a little bit more? Sure.
I mean,
yes.
I may as
Yes,
well
please.
use it all. Don't
Let
want
none
to let anything go to waste.
All
All right.
Okay, so
it a
this is
shot.
an Ackbar apple pie. Man,
Oh,
it
that
smells
smells good.
just like a baked
Yeah.
apple pie.
Smells
Are you ready?
really good, yeah.
Okay, here
Ready.
we go. We're going to try it out now.
Huh.
It tastes a lot like an apple pie.
Yeah.
It does.
I think I would put more alcohol in it.
Of course.
Your taste buds can't repel flavor of that magnitude.
Oh my goodness, that is delicious.
Very apple pie-y with just a little kick.
Yeah, with just a little vodka kick, you can take that. And I don't know what the Rumchata is all about, but man, oh man, you're off to a good start, little buddy. Man.
Yeah, and little Betty is right. I went to the store to try to find some of this stuff, and I guess it's really
Popular?
It's very popular.
It was
It was not on the shelves. All we could get is this little tiny
We might have to order some
right
via
from Amazon.
something like that. Mm.
So I wonder what
Okay.
it tastes like by itself. Should we see?
That's really good. By itself. And how is it?
Very good, actually.
And in it goes. Okay, well yours is going to taste a lot different from mine. Like you said, not a single drop left
We
to
don't
waste.
waste this stuff.
Okay, well that's very delicious. Like I said, it tastes like, especially with this, with the sugar and
So
the
good.
caramel in there.
Yeah.
It just really, man, tastes like an apple pie.
It's delicious.
Very cool. All right, well that is how you make an Ackbar apple pie. Coming up, we're going to talk about the High Republic and Star Wars comics coming up next. welcome back to the Cantina of Comics. We're talking about two comics coming out. One of them is Star Wars, one of them is the High Republic, and I really want to talk about the High Republic, but we're going to start with Star Wars first. No, but I want to start with High Republic because it's, okay, no. We'll flip a coin. Imaginary coin flip in the air, come down, heads, Star Wars, tails, High Republic, flip, heads. Okay, we'll start with Star Wars. This is Star Wars issue number 10, Operation Starlight Part 2, The Rebel Code. This issue is written by Charles Soule with pencils by Jan Balzodua and colors by Rochelle Rosenberg. We start off the issue with the rebels who have procured an ancient communications droid from the museum on Coruscant, and R2-D2 and C-3PO are trying to revive the droid. Now they try to bring the droid back to life, and they do, and it goes on the attack until Lando and Lobot step in to calm the droid down and negotiate a working partnership. The droid agrees to help the rebels create a new code using an ancient language called Trawak. With the new code in place, Princess Leia creates Starlight Squadron, which includes Poe Dameron's mom, Shara Bay, and Wedge Antilles, and sends them out to make contact with other rebel cells. The squadron then heads to Felucia and finds the 6th Division has been decimated by the Empire, and that the Empire has left probe droids behind just in case any more rebels showed up. So the probots latch onto the squadron's astromechs, and Shara Bay gives the command to eject all the droids and have them self-destruct to avoid the Empire getting the new code. But doing that will strand the rebels where they are. Meanwhile, back at the rebels' 4th Fleet, it's discovered that the link between Lobot and the ancient droid is killing Lando's friend, and Lobot will cease to function in a matter of hours. That sets up a dilemma between saving Lobot or using the ancient droid to try and find Starlight Squadron. And now here are my quick takes on issue number 10 of Star Wars. Even though Luke Skywalker is wielding a lightsaber on the cover, he doesn't make an appearance in this issue. We get a quick cameo from Jabba the Hutt's right-hand man, Bib Fortuna, may he rest in peace, and we find out that Lando may still be playing both sides. Oh yeah, and Lobot talks. We get to see the formation of Starlight Squadron, including their new insignia based off of the High Republic. And probably the best Easter egg is one of the pilots of Starlight Squadron is named Mart Matin, which is a play on Lucasfilm's story group member Matt Martin, and the appearance is pretty on point. And now I fully expect to see Hablo Padalgo show up in the next issue. And now let's move over to Star Wars The High Republic #1, Chapter 1, Trial by Ordeal. This issue is written by Kevin Scott with pencils by Ario Anandito with inks and colors by Mark Morales and Annalisa Leone. First, we have to find out when this new Marvel series takes place in the Star Wars timeline. Because the Great Disaster is referenced, and because this issue has the dedication ceremony for Starlight Beacon, the events of this issue takes place around 232 before the Battle of Yavin, or 232 BBY. We start off with Jedi Padawan Keeve Trennis on the planet Shuridan being tested by Jedi Master Skier, who happens to be a Transdojan. Skier is putting his Padawan through the Jedi trials when she's interrupted by a swarm of giant locusts that's being attracted to a signal that's emanating from the Jedi outpost Starlight Beacon. She contacts Starlight Beacon and tells them to change their signal while she programs her ship, the Vector, to replicate the signal so the swarm follows the ship, saving Starlight Beacon. Back now on the Beacon, Keeve thinks she's in trouble for not completing the Jedi trial and sending off the Vector, but instead she's knighted by the new Marshal of Starlight Beacon, Avar Kriss. She and Master Skier then attend the dedication ceremony for the Starlight Beacon. For light and life! All ends well until Master Skier returns to his chambers and discovers a cliffhanger. And now here are my quick takes on the High Republic issue #1. Because this plays off the events of the High Republic Light of the Jedi, reading the novel will give you a better understanding about what's going on. Now, you don't have to read it, but it helps. Yeah. The whole lightsaber in the tree thing, I know, let's move on. We learned some curse words in this issue thanks to Keeve, like criff, crick, and cricking. We do get to see a familiar face in this issue as Grandmaster Yoda makes an appearance on Starlight Beacon along with Grandmaster Veeder. Yoda alludes to his work on the Starhopper not being complete, and this is a reference to what our little green friend was doing during the Great Disaster. More on that in the High Republic Adventures by Daniel Jose Older. We get a cameo from Supreme Chancellor So. And while the High Republic has introduced a lot of new characters, it looks like this comic series will follow the adventures of Keeve and Skier. So what did you think of Star Wars issue #10 and the High Republic issue #1? We want to know. Go to utini.com/discord and then EU Comics and let us know what you think about these issues. And welcome back to the Cantina of Comics, where we made ourselves an Ackbar apple pie, named after, yes, the hero of the rebellion, Admiral Ackbar.
Is he really the hero?
He was a hero.
Yeah.
He was.
So I heard that there was a new new restaurant in the food court at the mall.
There was?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's called Admiral Ackbar's Admirable Snack Bar.
Ackbar Snack Bar. I think you might have stumbled onto something.
So.
Ackbar Snack Bar. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Sorry.
It's a mall.
Okay, so we're going to play a little game here called Name That Alien. Of course, you know in Star Wars there's tons of aliens, lots of different creatures. I mean, all the way from episode 4, from the Cantina scene, all the way through episode 9, lots of different aliens. And so what I thought we'd do is we'd play a little game called Name That Alien, because of the thousands of species on all the different planets of Star Wars, somebody, a human, actually had to name all the different species for the movies. So I thought we'd get our little take on what these aliens are.
It'd be kind of cool if they would use our suggestions sometime.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know. Lucasfilm's watching? No, I doubt it. Okay, so the first one we have, this is the Ishi Tib.
Okay.
And so if you take a look at that creature, what would you call it?
I think I would call it a mantis beak, because the eyes are kind of like the praying mantis, and it definitely has a beak.
I'd say it has like frog-like features, and then when the beak as well, so I'd call them frogbeakians. Frogbeakians. Okay, next one. Now this is one that first appeared in Return of the Jedi. It's a Grand. It's got the three eyes and.
Okay. Well,
and
when
ears.
I first saw it, I thought it looked like a flying fish of sorts. So I looked at flying fish, and it was called like a Carnegie Marthe, and so I would call it the Trace Carnegie Marthe.
Oh wow, that's very elegant.
Yeah.
I'd call it Tri-Alien.
Tri-Alien.
3 eyes. 3 eyes. Okay.
Right, yeah, that's.
This is what actually this is one of my favorite creatures from episode 4. This is the furry towels, like you saw in the Cantina in episode 4.
I would call it a Muncantula, because it looks like a monkey and a tarantula.
Oh,
a Muncantula.
Okay. I call him Furbian.
Furbian.
Not to be confused with the Furbies.
Yeah.
But Furbian, because he's all furry.
Hashtag.
Hashtag service mark.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is delicious. This is the Ackbar apple pie. If you have tried any of our drinks, if you have a suggestion for a drink you'd like us to make, go ahead, leave a comment there below on the old YouTube comment section. Be sure to like it, subscribe to Utini.
Let us know if we need to add more alcohol.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's delicious. All right. Thanks for watching. Remember, keep on drinking and keep on reading.
Keep on drinking.